Hello, 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 and welcome to your Mindful Monday session. Today, it's the 8th of March, and welcome. If you could just let me know if you can hear and see me okay, that would be wonderful. And chances are you can probably hear somebody cutting the lawn, or I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, but they always seem to turn up at 12:30 on a Monday. Whenever they do this, they do seem to make sure that they've stopped now for the moment. Brilliant. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you, Lorraine. Yes, so I have this new microphone, which is great in a certain sense, but it does pick up all sorts of other noise. And it means that I don't have to wear those sort of cans, but actually the experience is also very different, because I kind of blocks out some of the sound for me as well. But we'll just give it a minute or two for people to join us. And you may hear those additional sounds. And you might think, well, that's annoying, isn't it? But it's all part of the process. And it's all part of noticing what we're experiencing, noticing those thoughts and those feelings and all of those sensations. And knowing that that will come and it will go as well. It will go. So, and I think they've moved on, which is fantastic. So let's get started. So we always begin, don't we? In fact, let me just clear these. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Mandy. Welcome. We always start by defining mindfulness. And mindfulness means maintaining a moment-by-moment awareness of our thoughts, our feelings, our bodily sensations, and our surrounding environment through a gentle and nurturing lens. Mindfulness also involves acceptance, meaning that we pay attention to our thoughts and feelings without judging them, without believing, for instance, that there's a right or a wrong way to think or feel in a given moment. When we practice mindfulness, our thoughts tune into what we're sensing in this present moment, rather than rehashing the past or imagining the future. So as I mentioned, that surrounding environment. We can't control our surrounding environment. We can notice and we can do our very best to direct our attention to the things that matter. And that's really the key with mindfulness. So as much as it would have been wonderful to have somebody cutting the grass throughout our session, just to illustrate that point. I am also very glad that they've moved on. So you're going to have distractions, you're going to have your environment which is uncontrollable. And how much energy we pay to those things, how much attention we pay to those things, we have a little bit of control over. So let's get started. So close your eyes, get yourself comfortable. Actually, get yourself comfortable first and then close your eyes. Otherwise, you'll be fumbling around with your eyes closed. And that can be sitting on the ground. It can be lying on the bed or lying on the ground. Anywhere that feels comfortable to you, allow your body just to rest. It seems that my radiator is getting involved in the session. And again, a great opportunity for us to explore our sensations, our thoughts, and any feelings that arise. Let's take a few deep breaths together. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one last one together. Breathe in. And breathe out. And just keep breathing. Slowly. Deeply. But comfortably. Your body should not feel uncomfortable. And if you find yourself fidgeting or shifting, that's okay. That's okay. It's just your body readjusting and getting comfortable. And that's true for the whole of this session. Notice your breath filling your lungs, deep into your belly. And notice how it empties with every exhale. Keep your attention on your breath, or do your best anyway. Or on my voice. And notice that clicking. There it is. You may have a feeling, you may have a thought when you hear that radiator click. And I encourage you just to sit with that. Explore that. And it will fade. And your attention can be brought back or to my voice. To the point where you may not even notice those clicks anymore. I want you to bring your attention to your hands and just place your palms together. Place the palms of your hands together. And we're just going to do a little finger clap. So we'll start with our thumbs. Just clap your thumbs together. Just let them release and touch each other again. Notice the feeling there. Now let's move on to our index fingers. Just slowly clap them together. And in your own time, move on to the other fingers of your hands. Just pull them apart and press them together again. Notice the skin connecting. Notice the difference in sensation. Notice the muscles in your hands. Notice the connection of the muscles and the bones. As that sensation just moves into your wrist. And just relax there. The focus of today's session is forgiveness. And I've got a nice little definition here, as I often start us out. It's quite a nice little piece actually, so I thought I'd share this with you. So psychologists generally define forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or a group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually deserve your forgiveness. Experts who study or teach forgiveness make clear that when you forgive, you do not gloss over or deny the seriousness of an offense against you. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean condoning or excusing offenses. Instead, forgiveness brings the forgiver peace of mind and frees him or her from corrosive anger. And this for me is the real reason, if any, to forgive freely. Because when we forgive, we do not forgive for the other person. We forgive for ourselves. So that we can be free from stress, from upset, and it can often be a difficult process to go through. It can take time. But forgiving without hesitation allows us to walk with freedom, with peace. And when we think of forgiveness, it's only natural that we would look outside of ourselves for people to forgive, for systems that require forgiveness. But it's also so important, if not more important, to forgive ourselves. To forgive yourself. For any of the mistakes that you may have made. For anything that you're holding on to. Forgive yourself freely and often. Because we don't get it right all the time. Right in inverted commas, of course. We act consistently with the knowledge that we have. And everyone is doing the very best that they can. And that includes you. And it includes everybody around you. If you could have done something different, you would have done something different. And the same goes for everybody else. Be kind to yourself. In a moment, I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And when I get to 1, just open your eyes slowly. Bring your awareness back to the room that you're in. But try not to rush off anywhere. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much for joining me. It's particularly bright, I've noticed. As always, we'll just hold on here for a few minutes. There's no need to go anywhere just yet. Thank you for slowing down, for giving yourself some time. And I hope that there was something for you to take out of that session, even if it was just to relax for a bit. And I'd love to hear from you. If there was something that really resonated, or if you have a question about what we've explored, let me know in that box over there. It's all the way over there. You're so welcome. Anonymous, you're so welcome. Andrea, you're so welcome. Will, you're so welcome. It was a pleasure. Thanks for coming. Thank you for coming, everyone. We'll be moving these sessions in April to a different format, to YouTube, but it will still be the same, don't worry. But just to let you know, I feel if I forgive, then I'm almost letting myself down. You're not letting yourself down. You're letting the ego down. The ego loves to hold on to things. The ego is our intellectual mind, the monkey mind. But your true self is the one that is aware of the ego, the one that is aware of that thinking. So you can never let yourself down. You can never let your true self down. In fact, your true self only knows love. But it is the job of the ego, it's the job of the intellect to maintain the survival of the intellect. And so it will seem like you're letting yourself down, but it's the most loving and compassionate thing you can do for yourself, is to forgive and is to let go. And you don't have to do that now. But know that if you forgive, you're not letting anybody down. Absolutely not. Thank you, Lorraine. So welcome. Ellen says, thanks, Henry. Super session again. Thank you. I actually found the extra sounds helped me concentrate. Yeah. Well, it's amazing how we can change our perception of things, because that was annoying me at the beginning. But I was kind of stuck to my chair here. I couldn't really turn it off. I can't reach it from here. And so it's really important to encompass these things into our lives. You're so welcome. Question here, do you find forgiveness is something you need to revisit constantly in order to achieve it? I seem to be able to hold on to that feeling for a short while and then have to keep reminding myself to forgive. So, as I mentioned, the ego, that thinking mind, will always hold on to whatever it is that wronged you, you know. If we look at the definition here, or whoever has harmed you, your ego will always remind you this person harmed you, because it's a survival mechanism to avoid harm. So it's natural for you to remind yourself, actually, hold on. Yeah, I've forgiven that. And it's very common for us to remember when we've been harmed and then bring up those historical events when they seem like they can help strengthen our position. But that's the opposite of forgiveness. That's the opposite of compassion, of care. But yeah, that's normal if you have to remind yourself from time to time, yeah. So thank you everybody again, and I look forward to seeing you again next week, where we'll be exploring another topic. I'm not sure what it is. There is a topic though. So I've decided it already, I just can't remember what it is. So we'll see you again next week. Have a lovely week. Enjoy yourselves. Take care. Be safe. And yeah, see you again next time.